What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Samurai X. Yo, what was that?
You're just so loud, gang.
What?
What up, everybody? It's Siriax. I'm here to do a deck profile because Sam was begging me for this. He was begging me for this. There's new support for Winged Dragon of Brawn. By new support, I mean there's one new card along with the Odeon stuff. And naturally, my psychotic ass wanted to figure out a way to actually make it work, okay? The new Odeon stuff is very interesting, but it doesn't directly go with Winged Dragon of Brawn at first glance because normally, how close up are you getting?
No, you're good. Perfect.
All right, damn.
I'm afraid.
On my face.
Oh, sorry.
Because normally Winged Dragon of Brawn historically is just a turn two, like blind turn two, and you just try to blow them up, beat them immediately, right?
Yeah, true.
But with this Odeon support, it made me think a little bit. And actually, I think before we get heavily into the deck, I'll just show you the new card, Dangers of the Divine.
What does this card do?
What Danger of the Divine does is it'll special summon Winged Dragon of Ra from your hand or the banish zone, but it can't attack. It gets 4,000 attack points. It can't attack though. Can't declare an attack, can't use its effects. I'm pretty sure it can't even use its effects. No, it can still use its effects. So it can still like clear the board, but you also pay 4K life points or half your life points in order to summon it. So it's like, it's weird because historically you need as many life points as possible. You want to like win with Ra turn two. But then I realized it clicked for me. This card is so Winged Dragon of Ra has an option going turn one because that was its biggest weakness before, is like Winged Dragon of Ra can't do anything going turn one.
Yeah.
You know? So now this also has another effect I should probably mention. It's the best part of this card. It's a complete board wipe of monsters. So you special summon the Ra. Once this gets sent to the graveyard after activation, it destroys every monster on the field or board wipes every monster on the field other than Winged Dragon of Ra. So it's a good board wipe. It's something that you can have set during your opponent's turn, but we'll get to that. But that's the new card
Question.
For the Winged Dragon of Ra. What's up?
Question. Okay, so what's the lore behind Danger of the Divine?
So this is actually, I believe, because this is Maze of the Master, so this is like the Odeon cards. So people are probably wondering why did Winged Dragon of Ra come out in Odeon if that's a merit card? Well, in the anime, Odeon attempted to, he didn't want to summon Winged Dragon of Ra, but Merrick basically was like, summon the card, summon Winged Dragon of Ra, and he's like, my lord, I can't. And basically, I think this is trying to show like him not being able to control the card, because like you can't even declare an attack with the Winged Dragon of Ra when you summon with this thing. So you can bring it out, but you can't attack with it. So I think that's kind of conceptually what this comes from. Pay half your life points, tribute one monster, so you do need to have a monster on the field, which is pretty easy with this deck, so don't worry about that. Special summon one Winged Dragon of Ra from your hand or banishment, ignoring its summon conditions, and make its attack and defense 4,000, but it cannot attack. Also, during your end phase of the next turn, that's big, so that means if you use this during your opponent's turn, it stays on the field, it's 4K attack, it's not easy to get rid of, and it wipes the whole board. So if your opponent's playing like Ryziel, 2 monsters on the field, you know they're gonna go, XE4, you just hit this and then their whole board is wiped, so you interrupt that. But it cannot attack. Also during the end phase of the next turn, return it to the hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, choose one Winged Dragon of Ra in your monster zone, send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Dangers of the Divine once per turn. So that essentially means you play this, Ra's there, and then obviously after resolution, this is gonna go to the graveyard, it's sent to the graveyard, it's gonna activate, and then it targets the Winged Dragon of Ra. That's on, well, it doesn't even target, you choose it, so you don't even have to target it. And then every other monster gets wiped away.
Crazy.
So, pretty cool.
Movie card.
Movie.
Cool, bro. So you're just going at creating decks.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially Winged Dragon of Ra. And I'm not gonna lie, Sam will even attest, before we even started doing this, I felt away because like I feel like I'm giving you guys like secrets that I would want to hold near and dear to my heart and like shock the world, win a YCS solo with this shit, you know? Because nobody would be ready to play for it. But now when they see me playing this, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I saw the deck list. I know what's going on. But guess what?
What?
You might know what's happening, but you won't know how to stop it.
Ah, movie.
And this is the first place you're ever gonna see this concept, okay? And this is still rough. If you guys have ideas to like, go here and there with this, but the basis of this is actually pretty nuts. Anyway,
all right,
let's
guys.
get into it.
So without further ado, let's start with the best Odeon deck profile on the planet.
Winged Dragon of Ra Odeon. There's
sorry.
probably pure Odeon that is gonna be a lot different than this that I've been thinking of.
Sorry, bro.
But yes, Winged Dragon of Ra. Okay, ghost rare because I'm him. Okay, pulled this myself. It's beautiful. You guys know Winged Dragon of Ra. You normal summon it, costs 3 tributes normally, but obviously, as I've shown, we're gonna have ways to cheat it out.
So you're a cheater.
This card is a crazy,
So you're a cheater.
tool to just win immediately, normally, historically. But again, I'm completely changing how I look at a Winged Dragon of Ra deck with this type, because you guys have seen me play Ra, and if you haven't, you should. I go turn 2, I break their board, I play Ra, I attack, I win. And that's it. It's just crazy. But this concept's completely different. So this is unexplored territory, uncharted territory.
So you're cheating him out.
You're really stuck on that.
So you're cheating him out.
You done? All right, so Winged Dragon of Ra, and then obviously I'll go to this one first. Sphere Mode. Sphere Mode is probably the most played Divine Beast card in history because, you know, up there with Obelisk. But historically or more recency, it's going to be Sphere Mode because it's just, people see it as a board breaker. They can't interact with it. You just tribute 3 of the opponent's monsters, and they're just gone. There's no interaction there. It's goated card.
Movie.
All right, I call it my golden ball. You know, there's been times I get both my golden balls on my opponent's side, just, you know, golden balls. Their side of the field. Hold that. Anyway, so that's what this does, and then, I mean, I don't really have to go into it, but if you don't know what it does, but if this happens to be on my side of the field, I can tribute it, special summon Winged Dragon of Ra from the hand or deck, but
Wait, but I thought we never cannot be special summon.
that usually doesn't, it says ignoring its summon conditions. You know how Yu-Gi-Oh is.
Oh, wow.
All right, and then the third form of the Winged Dragon of Ra. This is the Charmander, if this is the Charmeleon, this is the Charizard. We have the Immortal Phoenix. This card is actually crazy in this deck because I'm doing something really unique with this, but I'll just briefly go over what it does. So Winged Dragon of Ra goes to the graveyard. As long as Immortal Phoenix happens to be in the graveyard as well, it'll special summon itself. You can't activate any effects in response to this card being summoned, by the way. So they can't like even call by it. Like it just activates, they can't activate anything in response. So this is going to hit the field when Winged Dragon of Ra goes to the graveyard. And that includes like if you link it away, tribute it away, whatever. That card will come out. And then when it does, it's unaffected by all card effects. It has 4K attack, 4K defense. This is what a God card should be. This is the strongest God card. Like Obelisk, everyone loved Obelisk because it's like, oh, I'm Obelisk. People can't target me. Yeah. And I am jealous of that as a Raw player, but Immortal Phoenix is even better because can't be targeted. But the big downside with Immortal Phoenix, and this is what turns people off, is 2 things. 1, it's a brick. It's a brick. It sucks to draw because you just need to find a way to pitch it into the graveyard. And 2, once you do all that work to get it onto the field, it just goes away during the end phase because that's one of the downsides. And then once it goes away during the end phase, it special summons a Sphere Mode back to the field.
Yeah.
Which would be really goated if Sphere Mode could summon Ra from the graveyard too. Then that'd be like a crazy loop. But unfortunately, they don't love us like that.
Okay, so what's one thing that you would change in this card's ability to be able
Make it not leave. And I found a way to do that.
To be able to turn you on.
I want to make sure.
Okay.
Show this card. Show this beautiful card.
Yep.
I want to make sure this card doesn't leave the field. I've done that in the past. In a video, I used, what's his name? 5-star Rainbow Magician, the Pendulum Monster.
Yes.
Which is normally a floodgate, but it says that you can't activate monster effects if you have nothing set. So I'll purposely not have anything set, and then I can't activate the effect of Immortal Phoenix, so it doesn't leave. So it's just a 4K unaffected like monster that can just destroy them.
Like, can I beat it over a battle?
It's 4K, so you could, but it's not easy. Because we're playing the Raw package, we have 3 True Sun Gods, which basically just say you can search any Winged Dragon of Ra spell, trap, or Winged Dragon of Ra itself directly. Anything that mentions Winged Dragon of Ra, you can add it from your deck to your hand. That's what this does, and then it also has another effect. It has a floodgate effect that doesn't let any monster other than Winged Dragon of Ra attack the turn that it's special summoned.
And nobody knows that effect.
Nobody knows that effect. I know somebody behind the camera who got cooked by this card not too long ago. And also, it does something else where if you have a Winged Dragon of Ra on field, you can activate this effect to send Immortal Phoenix directly from your deck to the graveyard. So you Foolish Burial your Immortal Phoenix to the graveyard. And then it'll auto send on resolution the Ra to the graveyard, which again triggers the Immortal Phoenix, which can't be responded to. So it's just all one quick motion where they have to react to the initial activation because they can't do anything with this once it activates. Can't be responded to.
True.
And then the newest card we already talked about, Dangers of the Divine. So weird because this card can only summon from hand or banish zone. So you might be like, where's the Ancient Chant? Ancient Chant is historically like the best card in the Raw deck, in my opinion, because if you banish it, then Raw gains the attack of everything it's tributed.
Yes.
And then that's usually how you get enough to like just punch for game.
Exactly.
But since we're looking at a concept that doesn't just emphasize the OTK, We don't have that, but I'm considering maybe having that in a side. So my idea is like coming up with something that actually is pretty good going first with Raw, which has never been a thing before. And then maybe siding the thing that is like, breakers and just going crazy going second.
Going
so
crazy.
basically, it has options going both. But again, I literally whipped this up like pretty quick, and this is just like
Whipped it out.
concepts.
And how long you whipped it out?
Relax.
But no. You said you whipped it out. How long ago?
I whipped it up.
Oh, whipped it up. Oh,
I
sorry.
whipped the deck up.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
So that's the raw engine, and now let's get into some of the Odeon stuff.
The Bridger.
The bridge.
Wait, so True Sun God searches this.
True Sun God searches that because it mentions Winged Dragon of Ra.
But how do you get this?
True Sun God searches this.
But isn't there any other way to search it?
Currently, no.
No.
But this didn't come out alone in the new set. Obviously, in the new set, we also got a bunch of new Odeon support.
Oh my goodness.
I know you guys have heard of Temple of the Kings. This is the old school Odeon card, which basically just allows you to activate a trap the turn that it's set. But the new card, Treasures of the Kings, is probably the most important card in this entire deck.
What does it do?
And here's what it does. When this card is activated, you can set one Apophis trap from your deck directly, and we'll go over the Apophis traps. This card's name becomes Temple of the Kings, which is also very important, while in the field zone. Once per turn, if you have 2 or more set cards on the field or a trap in your graveyard, so any of those conditions, 2 sets, or if you just used an imperm during your opponent's turn, it's in the graveyard, you have a trap, you've met the conditions. Then, you can add 1 monster that mentions Temple of Kings from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 of these per turn. So, what that essentially means is you can set, I think we just have to go into the Apophis traps, like directly from there so they know why this is even like relevant, right?
Sure. Okay, yeah, so you guys want to play 3 Treasure of the Kings, 1 Temple of the Kings.
Yes, and I'll explain why. And also terraforming just goes with that.
Move it.
Okay. The monster that we'll go over the first effect first because it sets an Apophis, right? Directly. The new Apophis card is Apophis the Serpent. This card is nuts. I love this card. Once summoned, can directly summon another or set another Apophis card directly from your deck into the spell trap zone. And the reason that's a big deal is because they can't ash that because it's setting directly.
Yeah.
None of the mulch armies can interact with that because you're just going from spell trap to monster zone. So no mulch army, like you're just laughing at them when they activate Fulos.
Yeah.
Unless you go into the extra deck, which you might have to do as well. Different story for a different day. So you have 2 options with this. So again, you summon this, and let's just clear some space. Let's just say I go summon this, and then on resolution, on its summon, it also sets an Apophis trap. So you have 2 options right now. As of the time we're recording this, they might add more in the future, who knows. You either have the OG embodiment of Apophis, you have Apophis the swamp deity, or if you were running multiple serpents, you could set another serpent, right? So you pick one. Here's the benefits of each of them. Swamp deity is really good because this is a negate. So if you're in a situation where you know you need a negate, you can set this and it's a non-targeting negate. The way it works is you flip this over to summon, and what it also does is, depending on how many continuous traps you have on the field, so you'll at least have 1, it'll non-target negate any card on the field.
So it's like a Red Dragon Arcane.
Doesn't that target?
Yeah, targets.
This doesn't target.
Also, it's better.
Yeah, and it's a trap.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a big deal. So like, if somebody turns off like your monster effects, or they have a skill drain or something, it's still considered a trap. So like, it becomes a monster, but it's still a trap, and you don't have to deal. And you're not playing into like things like tactics, talent, thrust, because this is a trap. It's a monster, but it's a trap. It literally says a trap, so they couldn't activate anything on that. So you get a negate, or alternatively, again, you could get itself, or you can get embodiment of Apophis. So the reason why this is decent is because these 2 are both level 4. So if you want to like extend into an actual combo, then boom, you can go embodiment of Apophis, and now you have 2 level 4s. Another reason why when you're in the grind game, why it'd be good, especially if like maybe they've sided and you know they're gonna throw in like more board breakers. Like again, Raigeki's a weird example because nobody really plays that, but you never know. If they're playing something like that. The reason why this deity is also a really good set is, again, this will negate any card on the field. It doesn't have to be a monster. Your monster negates are taken care of. You have a Mono Awato, you have Baguska. This is a supplementary card to just summon, and then you can negate any card on the field, non-targeting. So if they activate Raigeki, you just chain the deity, summon itself, and it just negates. So you're chilling. Okay, so that's the first effect. Again, we're talking about Treasures of the Kings. Gets this set. And then if you're like, how do we activate this on the turn that it's set? We have to get Temple of Kings in play, which we're also able to do.
Wait, but I thought this card said it can be activated turn it's set.
So once this is summoned,
Oh, you
whichever card that it sets can be activated the turn that it's set.
Oh.
But itself can't unless you also have Temple of the Kings or like another gimmick to get it to be set.
Oh, so this searches Temple of the King.
Yeah, this can search. So this is activated, it grabs this, and then the card that will search Temple of the Kings in its own weird way. So Treasures of the Kings also has, so that was the first effect. So on activation, it'll set Serpent,
Yes.
right? But it also has another effect where if you have at least 2 traps, or 2 set cards, or 1 trap in the grave, you can also search a monster that mentions Temple of the Kings. And the monster we're going to be going for is Merciless Scorpion.
Oh. So this is the card. So what does this card do?
Yeah.
So how does it synergize with Raw?
In order to summon that card right there, for cost, you banish a level 10 or higher directly from your deck.
Yes.
We already went over the new Winged Dragon of Ra support card that special summons Ra from the banished or the hand. So this will banish Winged Dragon of Ra directly from the deck.
Yes.
In order to summon itself. And then also, once this is on the field, it has an effect that basically you can add 1 Temple of Kings or 1 spell that mentions it from your deck to your hand.
Oh, so it adds the
Yeah, so
the
this
Temple
can
of the Kings.
add the OG Temple of Kings, play it, and now you can go Serpent, boom, and this would be the monster. This would be, we'll just pretend that's the field zone. You would set Embodiment, and then you can go here, and then you can go into like your whatever play. If you want to go into like rank 4 Exceed or whatever you want to do from there. Or if you, again, felt like you needed to negate, you obviously wouldn't set this. You would go the Serpent, or not Serpent, the Deity set, and then play, and then you have a negate on the field. So it really just depends on what you want. And fun fact, you could play around with this as well. These 2 are level 6s. So if you ever wanted to like go into
Rank 6.
Yeah, rank 6, you have that as an option. My deck doesn't really explore that, but a lot of this is like stuff that actual Odeon could play. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. This is not like an Odeon deck. This is like Winged Dragon of Ra Odeon. Okay? And it's a concept that I'm about to cook with. Okay. So yeah, that's the importance of this card. Banishes the Ra, and now the only issue with this deck is you will need at least, you're probably going to need the True Sun God. You're going to need something to like get the Raw stuff started as well as the
Odeon cards.
Odeon
So the
cards.
best 2-card combo is like True Sun God with, of course, treasures.
Yes. True Sun God treasures can like go into all of this by itself.
Okay, yeah, let's show the combo at
Which
the
is
end.
nuts. But yes, yeah, we'll go over some combos at the end. But next,
That's pretty much it for your Raw stuff.
for the kind of. So there's stuff that's gonna like really activate this deck, and you're gonna see, because remember what I said about this card. Like, I know this card seems gimmicky. Historically, Immortal Phoenix was very gimmicky, but the concept that I'm exploring here is gonna change this like pretty crazy. Okay, like it's a weird idea, but I think it's gonna cook. So now, the reason why we are really playing the Immortal Phoenix, I'm gonna reveal to you now. So I mentioned historically, I try to find ways to keep the Immortal Phoenix out on the field, and the way we're gonna do that with this deck, which is really weird, is a Mono Iwado.
What the heck?
A Mono Iwado. This is gonna sound really weird because you guys are gonna be like, okay, a Mono Iwado, because what it does is no monsters can activate their effects other than spirit monsters, okay? And what this is crazy to do, this actually, I know I mentioned, for engine, the Treasures of Kings probably the most important. But for what I'm really trying to achieve in this deck, a Mono Iwado, so this is like a Floodgate Raw deck, okay? It's so opposite of how I normally play Raw with like breakers and stuff, but a Mono Iwado is gonna prevent all monsters from activating their effects, and yes, that even includes this, because a Mono Iwado basically works the same way as 5-star Rainbow Magician, where you just can't activate monster effects. So it's saying I can't activate monster effects. So despite the fact that Immortal Phoenix is unaffected by monster effects, it's still affected by that because this card isn't affecting Immortal Phoenix, it's affecting me. I can't activate monster effects.
So when Immortal Iwado stays in the field, Immortal Phoenix cannot use the effect to leave.
Yes.
Because you can't activate it.
But here's what's tough. Here's what's tough. A Mono Iwado is very similar. It's almost like the distant cousin of the Immortal Phoenix because their downside is they leave during the end phase. Immortal Phoenix goes to the graveyard. A Mono Iwado returns to the hand. These are the weaknesses of these cards. So I'm like, damn, another card that I have to figure out how to get there, get out there, and stay out there. Well, guess what? I told you already, it is so easy to get 2 level 4s on the field, Apophis Serpent and Embodiment of Apophis. So we have 2 ways to keep a Mono Wado on the field. What do these cards have in common?
Level 4s.
Rank 4.
Damn.
So
A dual drive.
No, shut up.
Baguska?
Baguska defense mode. This switches to defense mode.
And this switches to defense.
Actually, I don't know. Would this be switched?
That's Pac.
Pac. Immortal Phoenix, unaffected by monster effects. Does it still switch to defense mode on Baguska?
Unaffected, no.
It doesn't, right?
No.
Yeah.
So wow.
So Wing Dragon of Ra.
Oh,
this-
dead ass?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
Really? So you're just a goat. So you're just a goat at knowing this.
He is a goat. He is a goat, but he didn't come up with this shit. He is a goat though. But this is crazy because not only does this keep, this is an infinite loop. So this is gonna stay on the field. This card, yes, you mentioned it can be ran over, right?
Yeah, if
It's
you ran
4K,
through.
but how are you gonna get to that with no monster effects? You have 0 monster effects, Baguska, and a Mono Iwado, and this includes monsters in hand. So even, like if, say you're playing, this is a weird example, but I was playing Blue Eyes earlier. Maiden in hand, you can't even activate that from the hand. Baguska, it doesn't matter. Like, and normally your way of playing around Baguska is like, I can activate monsters in the hand or something. A Mono Iwado, you can't activate any monster effects.
Wait, but doesn't like a mono auto return to hand in the end phase?
How with Baguska? That's an activated effect.
Are you sure?
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
How do you know?
I'm positive. So what a mono, this is like a crazy loop because what a Mono Iwado says, you can't activate monster effects. That doesn't stop the like floodgate type effects, like effects that are just lingering on the field, right? So you can't activate effects, but like effects that are already going, whatever. Baguska isn't an activated effect for a Mono Iwado. So the negate that Baguska does to a Mono Iwado, say it's end phase and a Mono Iwado is supposed to return to my hand, it gets
can.
negated by the Baguska. So a Mono Iwado is gonna stay on the field and Immortal Phoenix just doesn't even activate because of a Mono Iwado in the first place. So it's like an infinite loop. They literally like silence each other.
So this is what you're trying to do. Just trying this.
This is what I'm trying to do. But you're also backing this up with like the Odeon stuff. And again, it's just like a floodgate and then you back it up with the Odeon stuff and you just go crazy.
So how'd you come up with this concept?
I just thought of it. I actually, this concept specifically, so I came up with this concept because I wanted a Mono Iwado to keep this on the field. And also, because of how important a Mono Iwado is, new card, 7th Tachyon. So what this does, this is like currently the best searcher in the game. It searches almost anything that you want that's like a level 4.
Is it neg 1? They just put back your bricks, right?
It's whatever.
Is it neg 1?
It's whatever.
It's neg 1.
Yeah, put back a brick. Put back a brick.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
You know you're gonna brick. Anyway, 7 Tachyon. This card's crazy. Everyone in Ryzeal is playing it right now because it's just so good.
But it belongs to the wrong. But that doesn't belong to the right deck. It belongs to this deck.
It belongs to this deck.
Exactly.
The way 7 Tachyon works is basically you just reveal a number card between 101 and 107 from your extra deck, and then you can add a monster that matches at least 2 of either its has to match its level and type or level and like attribute or whatever, and you can add it to your hand. So in our extra deck, we're playing down here. Number 106, Giant Hand, which is a rock level 4. A Mono Iwado is a rock level 4, so you can search a Mono Iwado directly with this. I was also thinking about running the spirit card, Aratama, which can search any spirit monster. There's a reason I didn't go with that option, and I'm gonna explain that right now because our other win condition is actually lying in a hand trap, okay?
Okay. So there's so many concepts going on.
I know, there's a lot going on.
My
There's a lot going on.
My brain can't wrap around how good this deck is.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay.
It's weird. Okay, so
let's go to this hand trap.
okay, so wait, so this is pretty much just so this is the Mono Iwado engine.
Yes,
So you're
but
playing.
let's stay on Amano Iwata. So we know why Amano Iwata is here. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just keep those out. Move
Yes.
this a little bit. And now here's what we're trying to do with Amano Iwata.
Okay.
So have you guys heard of a little card called Dominus Impulse?
Oh my God. So this card is kind of like your Baguska.
Yes. So what Dominus Impulse does is basically its main purpose, or like its main purpose historically since it's come out at least, is you activate it from the hand and you can stop somebody who's activating an effect to special summon, okay? But it has a downside. Downside is, oh no, we can't activate the effects of light, earth, or wind monsters. So normally you have to curate your deck around
So you're
that.
trying to freaking not activate your Mono
I
Wado.
don't want to activate a Mono Iwado.
So you're a dirty little motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're dirty.
So I want to activate, shut up.
So you're dirty like that.
I want to activate this card because one, this gets us a trap into the graveyard, which again, we went over why that's important with the
You're actually a
10-5
dirty.
team.
You're actually a dirty guy.
And this keeps
disgusting.
the Mono Iwado out.
So you're
forever.
So 7 Tachyon with a Mono Wado is infinite skill drain.
Yes.
So you're an asshole.
As long as I've used this impulse or if I can get Baguska out.
So you're an asshole.
It's even worse than skill drain because it affects the hand and graveyard too.
So you're an asshole.
Yes.
So basically, if they stop your Baguska, that means they have to stop your Mono Wado.
Yes.
Yeah,
And what's funny too is like if they get away to like somehow summon like special summon something, like if you have the impulse, then you just impulse it.
My God.
So it's like,
Disgusting.
again, it's dirty. I'm not saying it's unbeatable. So the weakness of this deck will be like a board breaker, like a freaking like a right. If somebody's playing like a right. Or something.
But no one plays that. But like,
Yeah, nobody plays that.
This deck beats Lightning Storm because everything goes to defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the Immortal Phoenix would be unaffected, so it doesn't care about
And
it.
no one sides Regeki.
Yeah, nobody plays Raigeki.
Wow.
But if they did, I mean, yeah, that one guy out there might have a good time. Anyway, so that's why Dominus Impulse is important. And what's cool is we're running all 6 of the Dominus cards.
Oh my God, these are trap cards you can set to trigger off treasures.
Because guess what? Dominus cards hit all of the attributes, but what don't they hit? Which attribute do they not hit? Divine. Divine. We're hitting all, they say all 6 attributes, but Divine is not hit. And then the one card that we're playing that is hit is a Mono Iwado. And this is also the reason.
No, Circuit is an Earth.
Huh? Circuit is an Earth, so you have to sequence it properly. Like you want to use that before you use an impulse. Like you want to get into that first. But that's only for the search effect. So that's only if you're using the effect to search. But its summon condition, which banishes Raw, which is the most important condition, isn't an activated effect. So despite the fact that we turn off Earth effects, we're just banishing for cost, not activating effect. It's just a summon condition. So you're not activating an effect. So you're still actually, you can summon the circuit under the impulse.
Wow.
Yeah,
So smart.
nutty. And then also, we'll just throw it in now since we're talking about traps. We have 3 imperms, so these are all of the hand traps. But Syriax, why are you not running other hand traps?
Because Dominus.
Because of the Dominuses,
Dominant
turning them
Tritos.
off, and also, I have a card that you guys might think is a little silly, but it's not. So as you can tell, this deck is a floodgate deck, okay? You're gonna be playing a grind game. And what better way to grind than without a little rock known as Morganite.
What?
Succumbing Song Morganite, Time Tearing Morganite. You're gonna want to run 2 Succumbing Song, and here's why. So what the Morganite cards do is they literally change your abilities throughout the entire duel, which is kind of funny. Like it's really cool. Like you activate this, and your abilities are just enhanced for the rest of the entire duel, which is crazy. Like it's dumb. But the downside of each Morganite card is they say you can't activate the effects of monsters from the hand for the rest of the duel. So you're turning off all of your hand traps with this. So we're still fine though. Succumbing Song Morganite is the new Morganite card. It's not out in like Master Duel yet, but this card bridges into Time Tearing Morganite, and let me explain what they both do. So Succumbing Song Morganite. For the rest of the duel, apply the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand. That's a Morganite thing, so that's fine. Monsters you control can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase, okay? When you have a big body, like Immortal Phoenix on the field, get to attack twice. That's actually dope. If your monster battles an opponent's monster, any damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled.
Wait, but doesn't Immortal Phoenix get affected by Morganite?
In what way?
I thought it was like unaffected by other card effects.
It's affecting me.
Oh, so
It's affecting me.
Oh,
Yes.
not the card.
Yeah, my monster, like it's affecting me, like what I'm capable of doing. And also the reason why this card is really good is because it has another effect in the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 Morganite card from your deck to your hand. So, and then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom
So
of
you're
your deck.
adding, you're using this to banish to add Morganite.
You add the Time Tearing Morganite. And what does Time Tearing Morganite
Draw
do?
2 every turn.
I can draw 2. It has the same downside, no monster effects for the rest of the game.
In hand.
From the hand. And I can draw 2 cards instead of 1 for my normal draw. So again, since we're grinding, this is actually gonna be huge. every turn we're drawing 2 cards.
That's insane.
That is crazy. And like you're at least gonna survive a turn. You know what I mean? And then if you can keep like replenishing your stuff, like I would honestly even consider playing like stuff like what's it called? Jar of Avarice. I would even consider some weird stuff like that. I'm not going to, just because like you're drawing so much, you want to recur your stuff, and like just this is a grind game deck. You're gonna win in the grind game. But it might not get to that, but we'll get to that in a second. But not only can you draw 2 cards per draw phase, that's a great upside, but also you have 2 normal summons. So you can get 2 Amano Awados out there.
Wow.
And just like 1900, it sounds silly,
There's
but
a
when
lot.
when they can't activate any monster effects, that's not super easy to get over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if you have like the Baguska loop too, like then they can't do any. Or if you get the Ra out there too, then you can protect the Mono Wada from anything. Baguska's like flipping things to defense, and that's not even to like go into the up. By the way, the Apophis things are traps.
So their effects, like for example, the negate deity is a trap effect that activates. It's not a monster effect.
Yes.
So it actually doesn't conflict with your deck at all.
Not at all.
You're actually a freaking genius, dude.
Not at all.
Holy smokes. Yo, what's in the head of yours, fam? What's in the head of yours, fam? Tell me.
The best decks of all time.
Man, goddamn.
And again, this is like rough concept. I feel like this is like a crazy basis to like really. I feel like there's gonna be some evil
What's the
guy
last
out
card?
there. I'll show you in a second. It's another swamp here, and also we're playing 3 Pot of Extravagances. Although our extra deck is important, it's more important that we like get into our engine. Called by is only important for a Ghost Ogre. If they Ghost Ogre the field spell, then we're kind of annoyed. Okay, so in Called by the way, TCG head now. It's at 1 of. So 3 Extrav. Our extra deck isn't super important. Obviously the Baguska. The Baguska honestly is a backup plan to the Impulse. But this is what our extra deck looks like. 3 Link Spiders. And the reason why we are playing the Link Spiders in the first place, all the Apophis cards are normal monsters, and you actually need 2 effect monsters for the Silhouette Rabbit. So that's why we're running the Link monster. I would go 3 Silhouette Rabbits, but we just have 2 right now. It's all good. Obviously, we have the Baguskas. There was another one over here somewhere.
Third one?
Yeah, 3 Baguskas. And the reason why we're running so many of each of these is obviously, you know, Extrav randomly banishes 6 for the draw 2. So you want to make sure you have like some important stuff still in the extra deck. And then 3 Zeus. Zeus is just honestly a backup plan. Like this is like if shit goes wrong, this is the backup plan. You have, you know, something to hopefully attack and then you know, go into the Zeus. But that could be supplemented with something else probably. But again, like my brain just like came up with this and just started cooking, and then I had to go compete in a YCS. So yeah, figuring stuff out on the fly. So let's say this was my starting hand right here. Okay,
Custom.
this is what we're looking at. Okay,
So this is these 2.
yeah.
Like a card you can set.
So basically, we really need these 2 and just anything to set.
Sure.
Okay, and then that gets the whole thing going. So obviously,
You want to start with?
you want to start with Treasures.
Yes.
Treasures is going to automatically set Serpent directly from the deck. So you would set this, and it's like, oh man, I can't even activate. It's just a dead trap. Okay? So we have 1 card set. So let's just go ahead and set. We have 2 impulses, so we'll just set 1. Okay? Set 1, and now we have 2 cards set. Then we can activate Treasures of the... Actually, you'd probably want to set... You know what? I'm going back on that. We would want to set the Imperm, because it makes more sense to have this in hand. Imperm set. Now we have 2 cards set, so we've met the condition for this to search any monster from my deck that mentions Temple of the Kings. Card we're going to add is Merciless Scorpion of Circuit to our hand. Okay? Then we use it to banish the Winged Dragon of Ra directly from the deck in order to special summon it. We can activate the effect to add the OG Temple of Kings. Then we activate Temple of Kings. Now our traps are alive. We can activate them to turn their set, at least 1. Activate Apophis the Serpent, which will then, it'll set a level 4 directly from the deck. So we have embodiment of Apophis. And then because this says it can be activated the turn it was set, boom, overlay into the extra deck. We go Baguska, defense mode obviously. Now this is gonna be forced to defense mode, but that's fine.
And this is only 4 summons.
Yep, and it's only 4. But our 5th summon is a Mono Iwado, so they can't even activate Nib anymore. So then this would also get forced into defense mode because it's not an activated effect from Baguska. And then you could honestly, if you wanted, just pass here. You also have an Imprim just for the vibes. Just for fun.
And in this case, you have True Sun God.
Yeah, and then if you add the True Sun God, so let's just make this even perfect, okay? Okay, so now, if for example you also add a True Sun God, let's say instead of one of the impulses, boom, we go True Sun God, okay? Activate that, and then we can add the new Winged Dragon of Ra support, Dangers of the Divine, add it to the hand. Also, this card's a floodgate by itself, so if they happen to special something from the hand, they can't even attack the turn it's summoned. So this card is built-in floodgate, so you can't, if they somehow like, they would have to link summon to even attack through the Baguska in the first place.
Yeah.
Ow. They would have to link summon just to attack, but this doesn't allow you to attack the turn that is special.
They can't even attack.
Yeah, so they can't even attack, and then you have like a turn to think about how to eliminate the threat. If you want, you could just go like fine, I'll get the Baguska out. But you probably won't have to do that because guess what? You have Dangers of the Divine in hand. The only thing that sucks about Dangers of the Divine in this situation, where you have like this perfect setup, floodgate setup, is now Danger of the Divine would summon Ra, but it clears the whole board of monsters. And you might not want that. So you only want to do this if you're like ready. You know, actually, now that I think about that, that might be a clash. Like I said, under construction. So maybe you try to get the Ra out before
you can
even get this board. Yeah.
You can.
Which you can do. Like, hold on. Yeah. So let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay. If you have True Sun God, you actually.
If I have True Sun God, I wouldn't even go into all of this yet. Like this.
Yeah. I get it.
This would still be face down. I wouldn't have added this there. This would still be here, and then a Mono Wado still in hand. Okay. So let's say we were here. Okay. So this, just remember, this added here. And then now this is live, the Serpent, okay? So let's just say I just added this, played it, set this, right? Or this was set from here. Now I can activate this to turn it set, which will set. Oh, no, we don't want to do it yet.
Not yet.
So here.
So you activate Dangers of the Divine.
Right, so hold here.
Wow, I'm teaching you how to play your deck.
No, I'm not. I'm teaching you. I'm the one who just thought of this.
No, I thought about it myself.
Yeah, I taught you.
Activate Dangers of the Divine.
I taught you.
Activate Dangers of the Divine.
Stop talking or I'll stop.
Activate Dangers of the Divine. Okay, sorry.
I was about to say, I was about to be like, I was gonna turn to a 5-year-old and just throw the cards.
Okay.
Like a 2-year-old.
Okay.
Bitch.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, let's just change the sequencing up a little bit. So let's just go from here, boom, add Danger of the Divine to hand. Again, this is banished because we summon for cost. And then basically you'll go into Danger of the Divine first, summon the Winged Dragon of Ra. It wipes away this. We don't care about that. Goes to the graveyard. And then now...
And now you want to normal summon a Mono Wado first.
Yep. And now we want to...
Normal and Mono Wado. So you can be protected from hand traps.
You done? Bro, like, obviously.
No, you were going to summon the trap.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
Mono Iwado. Boom. This isn't affected by a Mono Iwado, by the way. Well, at least it's effect to set. It'll still get forced to defense, but like, it's a trap, so it doesn't actually, you know, whatever.
A Mono Wado doesn't switch to defense.
Huh?
A Mono Wado doesn't switch to defense. It's Baguska.
I didn't say Mono Wado switches to defense.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, you're saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you're throwing me off now.
Okay,
throwing me off my game.
Sorry.
Can you let me cook? Anyway, boom. Sets, level 4, boom. Activate, and then you know the rest. Then you go Baguska, top defense mode.
And then you use this.
Everything is forced into defense mode, and then like I said about the True Sun God, it has an effect where you can send Foolish Burial, your Immortal Phoenix, to the graveyard, and then this will get sent, and again, this can't be reacted to. This hits the field, and then boom, now you have this lock.
Wow.
Now you have this lock. Now they can't run over the Mono Iwado because of Baguska forcing everything into defense mode. Even if they do a link summon somehow and then get like a beefy link monster, they still can't attack the turn it's summoned because of True Sun God. They can't go like a SP Little Knight Nightmare Phoenix to like get rid of this because their effects are turned off. They would literally just need like some random like Raigeki type card or something. That's their only chance.
So you're just insane. You're the GOAT. Like, wow, this concept was crazy.
This concept I think has a high ceiling. And then again, you get into this situation, they might have like some way to like slowly try to break the board. But I think you're getting more turns. Basically, like they're gonna use a lot of resources to try to like break this. And even if they do succeed, you're drawing 2 times every turn. And let me show you guys one more crazy thing, okay? Let's say you already had Danger the Divine and True Sun God in hand, okay?
Yes.
So instead of searching Danger the Divine, you're actually just gonna search Sphere Mode.
Okay, so what does
Okay,
that mean?
let's say they had a board. Okay, so let's say we're doing a similar concept, but they have like some monsters. Okay. Immortal Phoenix can attack into Sphere Mode. That's nuts because you win in 1 attack. Remember, Succumbing Song Morganite, you do double damage on monsters.
Yeah, but it'll be in defense.
Oh shit. No. Just switch the Baguska to attack. Easy.
Movie.
Because you just cleared their monsters anyway with the Sphere Mode. So you
Wait, but don't you summon Sphere Mode in attack? Yeah, you have to summon Sphere Mode in attack, right?
Yeah, so just switch the Baguska to attack mode first. Then summon the Sphere Mode. And then you can attack into the Sphere Mode with Immortal Phoenix.
Wow.
And Immortal Phoenix will do double damage. So the reason why, because most people don't know, oh, but Sphere Mode, you can't attack Sphere Mode. Immortal Phoenix is unaffected. I've done this on Master Duel, it's real. So you can attack, but normally it's like, it's just 4K damage. I still have to like figure out how to win this game. Succumbing Song Morganite, now all you need is Immortal Phoenix and Sphere Mode, and you just win the game.
So you're just good.
And it can attack, and even if somehow, like, let's say they had 2 monsters on the field, dog, you can attack twice now because of it.
Wow.
Anyway, it's nuts if you get there. So if there's like a smoother way to get to this point of the board, you know, then just remember I came up with getting to this point, all right? I came up with the point to get to. I came up with the mountaintop, but if you have a different path you want to take to the mountaintop, you let me know. But this is what I've got so far.
Any shoutouts?
Interesting concept.
Any shoutouts to the one to help you build this deck?
You didn't help me build this deck at all.
Come on.
You genuinely didn't.
Please, come on, John.
I'll give you credit.
Thank you.
I'll give you credit for this.
What?
I came up with this idea on Dueling Book in like literally like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like I sent him a little video of me showing like how Baguska interacts with Amano Iwado and how like that with the Immortal Phoenix is insane. And then after that, I was like, I gotta send this to him. So I sent it to him and he's like, oh dog, you gotta do a deck profile on this. He actually got me a lot of these cards to actually put it together. I had
bro.
I had a few, but he helped like fill in the blanks. So that was the only reason. The only reason you're seeing this deck profile is because of this bum over here, okay? Otherwise, I would have kept this like a close secret and tried to like, you know, keep coming up with concepts. And I'm gonna keep working with this. I'm gonna come up with something crazy, but like this is the concept that I'm working with so far. You're still running hand traps. It's just all the Dominus cards and new Dominus cards on the way. New Dominus cards are on the way. So like, there's gonna be a world, and none of this plays into like triple tactics. None of it plays into triple tactics. Like literally none of it.
Because your hand traps are traps.
Yes, my negates
Or hand traps.
are like either hand traps or the monsters are traps. Yes, and then being able to activate the traps from hand just turns on Treasures of the Kings and it goes into all this stuff.
So would you say that you created a movie?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any last final words?
Hey man, I'm over on Syriax. You know, I'm just.
Will we be seeing
That was a great sentence.
Will we be seeing you in the TCG anytime soon?
Honestly, at the time that we're recording this, as you can see, Supreme Baller, we just finished our run at the YCS 3v3 in Vegas. We went 7-3. I feel like we're both very competitive. We felt like we could have done a lot better, but you know, still 7-3. That was my first YCS experience.
Insane. That's a
good
record.
I've been playing a lot in you know, my TCG locals and stuff. So I plan to pop up a lot more over here, and not just be a Master Duel head, but you know, you can take me out of Master Duel, but you can't take my heart out of what I love to do the most, which is come up with these unique decks that nobody's ever thought of.
I love that, bro.
That's what I'm here to do.
Thank you so much, Syriax. Make sure you guys score Syriax in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. And thank you so much for watching this voice.
Stupid on purpose.
All right, guys. Peace.
See ya.